When I was like 9, I would go to my parents' bedroom every morning after waking up, so one day, I woke up and went to their room. They never locked the door, so I just opened it and they were doing the nasty. I already knew what it was, so I just said oh sorry and went back to my room traumatized. Like 2 minutes later, my mom came to my room, already dressed, and told me they were really sorry I had to see that and that they forgot to lock the door. One time when I was 15, I was at a party with my family and there was this one cute guy who was sitting next to my table, and when I first noticed him my kitty went full tank and I knew from that moment I wanted to suck his meat. Chile yes plus donut. And hot dog style. Anyway, so we kept staring at each other and suddenly the music went from rap to some horny ass sex mood shit, so we were just giving each other the look the whole time and I pointed at the bathroom window and told him to come with me there. Anyways, horse, we did in fact do the donut and hot dog and he left me paralyzed. I got his number and we sometimes go on boba dates. So this one time I'm in class and the boy next to me is doing his work along with every other person around me. All of the people around me were girls along with me. So this boy starts staring at all the girls around us. After that he put his jacket over his legs. Then next goes one hand. Next thing you know, his whole lower part of his body was violently shaking. He kept biting his lip like as if he was trying to hold back something. I try not to notice, but that was very hard. After around 20 minutes it all stops and he starts to hide only the hand that was under the jacket. He then asked the teacher to go to the bathroom to only wash his hands. Long story short, I am positive that I saw a boy jerk off during class. Basically I was in 6th grade and my stomach was hurting really bad, but my teacher said no bathroom breaks until lunch. We had 2 hours until lunch. I tried stuffing a piece of toilet paper up my ass to stop the poop, but it splattered out everywhere. Luckily my chair was black and it was time for lunch. Everyone in the hallway was like, it smells like a dirty diaper. It was really my ass. I threw my underwear away and borrowed my friend's jacket, but the shit went through it. Was green shit, by the way, so I just went home crying. Until this day people think it was this girl. This story is from an anonymous follower. One time I was home alone. I felt so nasty and disgusting that I decided to take a shower. After I was in the shower for a while I noticed I ran out of conditioner. So me being my naked ass, I ran into my mom's bathroom to grab her conditioner. As I was running back to my bathroom, the doorbell rang. It scared me so bad I screamed so loud. Then I slipped on my back in front of my clear door. Then I saw the UPS guy staring at me through the clear door as I laid on my naked back. I quickly got up, grabbed the conditioner, and continued running to my shower. I sat in the shower and cried for at least an hour, smiling. So I was playing Among Us and my mom comes in and tells me to stop playing it because it was bad game for me. So I told her the game shows kids math. She told me okay, play it every day. I said okay, but I actually go on Among Us so I can curse people out and make people call the cops on. I haven't been to the toilet in 4 days and it was starting to worry me, so I went to the doctor's. I arrived and the doctor felt my stomach and said it was very hard. He wanted me to take a stool sample, which means you have to shit in the cup. I had coffee for breakfast, so I was pretty much ready to go. I grabbed the cup and went to the toilet and held it up to my ass and started pushing. I didn't realize how badly coffee affected me, and the next thing you know a strong gust of diarrhea started blasting out of my ass and I felt like a rocket ready for takeoff. I grabbed onto the door for balance because I started levitating and the cup was already full, but I couldn't stop. I was holding onto the door for dear life and the shit was spitting out like a shotgun. I eventually stopped and looked at the glass cup of my shit and there were cracks all over the glass. I heard the desk lady shouting for everyone to get under the chair and to call the police. I got scared thinking what is going on outside, so I quickly cleaned myself up and rushed out of the bathroom to see everyone crying and hiding under the chairs because they thought there was an active shooter in the building. I said it was just my shit and everyone got up. Anyways, I have bowel cancer. This happened in 2016. I was probably like 11 or 12. We were visiting my extended family in northern Michigan and we decided to go camping. I'll just get right into it. The last night at the campsite was very strange. Like the whole night I heard footsteps and shit being moved around, but I assumed it was my family packing up for the morning, so I ignored and went back to sleep. I don't exactly recall what time it happened. I woke up somewhere in the middle of the woods, still in my sleeping bag. I started to panic and cry. I screamed for my mom and I literally pissed myself at this point. I heard my aunt calling for me and she was probably like 100 yards away. We called the police, but they didn't really do shit about it, and my parents didn't want to stay in Michigan longer for the case. To this day I don't know how I ended up in the middle of the woods and I'll never go camping again. time this kid from my class broke his arm, so I had to sit next to him to kind of babysit him, I guess. Keep in mind this was in the 7th grade. He always went to the bathroom to smoke weed and the teachers knew that, so they didn't really let him go to the bathroom. One time he actually had to pee though, so he started crying and peed on the floor. Then he also started shitting. All of his pee and shit was on my backpack after that. So I'm currently dating a boy that I've been dating since. We will call him Bob. It started off weird though. I liked Bob's friend. We will call him Steve since November, and then when I met Bob my first intention was to get Bob to like me in order to make Steve jealous. It worked, but I started taking to Steve and Queen when I tell you he was the most crickety crackety dry ass, texting no juicy convo having ass ever, and Bob turned out to be the most interesting guy ever and actually was interested in me, and he asked me out on a date, and when I tell you I fell in love, I mean fell on my face, broke my nose, fell into a coma and woke up still in love. He asked me to be his girlfriend a week after our date, and now I'm convinced I'm going to marry this boy. Lol. Anyways, Queen I hope never finds out I originally wanted to use him as a pawn to get to Steve. Laughing with tears cat face. Kissing cat face. Screaming in fear cat face. From the 1st to 7th grade, I went to school with this fat hoe for personal reasons. Let's call him Jordan. Jordan was my arch nemesis and I hated him more than words could describe. One day, this musty, dusty, crusty hoe got on my last nerve, so while we were at lunch, I told my teacher I left something in the classroom. When I got in there, I put a lot of laxatives in his water bottle that he left, shook it up and went back to lunch. After lunch I sat there and watched him drink it. About an hour later he was complaining about needing to go to the bathroom. For the next week he wasn't at school. Turns out he had to go to the hospital because he got so sick, and I still don't feel bad about it because I hated that bitch. One night I was walking home, and when I almost got there it was super dark outside and a car was coming towards me and literally skirted across the street by me. No one else was on the street. He opened his car door and I ran faster than the fucking Flash. Luckily my house was by me and I'm pretty fast, so I ran across the street, then went down these stairs, then ran to my door. I got inside, but to be honest I wasn't really scared. My heart wasn't pumping or anything. After that I decided to take a hot shower and my day was over. Thank God for saving me. Oh, I've never done this before, so I apologize for being awkward, but anyways, here is my story. And it's from Anonymous because I don't want my friends to see this because it's about her. Okay, so first day of middle school when I was in 6th grade, I met this amazing girl that we'll call Rebecca. She is very pretty and such a good person, and that's the day I realized I like girls. Anyway, months go by of me having a crush on her and I never said anything because I thought she was straight and I didn't want to make a fool out of myself. I was going to tell her anyways, but I chickened out and never did. So next year, 7th grade, I really liked her but was way too scared to say anything, so I just decided it would be best to try and move on and find someone else to crash on. Well, that didn't work, and by the time 8th grade came around, I still liked her. A lot of things went down in the beginning of 8th grade year and I ended up dating one of my friends for about a month. I was extremely unhappy with her, so I broke up with her in 2 months after that. I finally told Rebecca that I had feelings for her. She said she didn't feel the same way, which I had assumed already, but it still hurt. So how we grew really close, but from that and now she's my best friend. A plot twist: the conversation of how I liked your guts right up one night and she revealed that she liked me in 8th grade but denied it when she did. But she doesn't like me anymore and I'm not supposed to like her, but I still do and I can't get the feelings to go away. So like if people in the comments because of advice, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks, monkey covering eyes. Red heart.